Alright boys, it's time to go again in WoW Classic Hardcore. If I die, I have to delete my character and I cannot trade or group with other players outside of dungeons. I am now level 15, and I've found a group for Ragefire Chasm, the very first dungeon in the game for a horde player. It's time to get some green quality gear and really get this show on the road.
What happened?
I fell.
It is never easy to see a brother fall in the battlefield. Traumatized and beaten up, we still finished the dungeon with only 4 players. I left Ragefire Chasm with memories of a falling comrade, and with some new leather clothing to wear. Lockpicking is a very enjoyable skill to train. At level 20, it's time to go to the Wailing Caverns to beat up some druids that are having a bad dream or something, and more importantly, to do the quest that rewards the Wingblade. Voucher, Dead Knight, Shaman Guy, and Leo the Mage. These are the names of the brave adventurers that would travel with me to the faraway lands of Westfall. We had been hired by the local government to solve a labor dispute. Before our work could begin, however, I decided to try out a local custom called standing in line. We swiftly subjected the thug Edwin Van Cleef to a little something I like to call compulsory arbitration. I also took his sword as a souvenir. After having defeated Van Cleef so easily, we decided to head straight for Shadowfang Keep to defeat the evil wizard Arugel. Arugel was a tougher opponent than the leader of the Masons Guild, but he was of course no match for a brave crew of adventurers such as ourselves. I went to Hillspread Foothills to work as a swordsman for hire. Adventurers like to tell tales of how we brutally cut down evil wizards and union leaders. But most of the time we do simple work, such as poisoning dogs. That's when I got the news that my dear friend Leo the Mage had perished in battle. I teamed up with a group of seasoned adventurers and traveled deep underground to defeat Twilight Lord Keris in Black Fathom Deeps. For my efforts, I was rewarded with the Outlaw Saber. While I was escorting a young Tauren to safety in the treacherous heights of the Thousand Needles, I saw a gruesome sight that will forever haunt me in my dreams. I saw my brother Monkholm fall in battle. F. In Razorfang Crawl there is a really big pig. We're talking massive. The biggest pig you ever saw. That pig is Agathilos the Raging. Agathilos drops the Swinetusk Shank, which would be a great upgrade for me in the offhand weapons slot. It has very good damage per second, and it's very fast, which is great for poisoning my enemies. I want this dagger, so naturally, as soon as I see this big pig, I start blasting. I use Blade Flurry and I'm doing DPS like crazy, with no regards to the threat meter, and that's when it happens. I get aggro. The pig uses a charge ability even though I am in melee range, and follows that up with a critical melee hit. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. The damn pig didn't even drop the dagger. At level 38, I had not received a decent weapon upgrade since around level 25, when I did Blackfathom Deeps. I decided to help out the Blackwater Raiders, and was rewarded with the Blackwater Hammer, a green quality mace. The hammer is an improvement for sure, but it's far from an ideal weapon for me to use, especially since it does not benefit from my talent points in sword specialization.
Infidels. They must be purified.
My plan for finally getting good weapons is simple. The dungeon quests for the Scarlet Monastery and Razorfen Downs both reward very good swords. With both of these swords, I will get the most out of my talents in sword specialization. In the first boss room in Razorfen Downs, there is a gong that starts the boss event when someone clicks it. Someone clicked the gong while we were still clearing the trash mobs. In my head, I was hearing Illidan yelling his iconic catchphrase.
You are not prepared!
It's hard to make good gameplay decisions, while you're also considering if you need to vanish, and get out alive while you still can. But we did manage to defeat the monsters. While we got control over the monsters, our brave healer Bloodhoof got poisoned, and he was all out of mana. He died there, in the cursed caves of Razorfen Downs.
Jesus! Fuck.
Fuck!
Holy shit!
Why did you kick the damn bell?
Poison take.
I decided to leave the dungeon. This run was over as far as I was concerned. Bruh, Itzy, however, had other plans. He was dead set on getting that sword, and so we reformed the group with a new healer and a new tank. Our new healer had a macro to announce when he was close to being out of mana, which really bothered Killjoy, as it seemed to mock our fallen Tauren friend. Eventually we all got together to say moo in our fallen friend Bloodhoof, the Tauren shaman's memory. A few hours after we finished Razorfen Down, a chilly whispered me to express his trauma over Bloodhoof's unfortunate demise. I decided to take my new swords out for a spin, and it was pretty clear that I am now a seriously dangerous dude. My friend Bruh, Itzy, from that fateful Razorfen Downs run, is no longer with us. At level 43, I could finally afford to buy a mount. 60% increased movement speed. Hell yeah, brother. These guys like to run away when they're low on hit points, and they run pretty fast. I wanted to use sprint to stop him from reaching his allies, but my reaction time was too slow. So all I did was to run into more mobs. And now I had already used my escape ability. With my new swords, I should easily be able to kill 3 mobs. When I got knocked down, I realized that these aren't ordinary mobs. I had pulled the Stinglesher, which is 3 levels above me and hits like a truck. I used an anti-poison so I could safely vanish and get away alive. But the anti-poison only cleansed the crippling poison applied by the Stinglesher. The normal damage over time poison was still there, and broke my stealth when I used Vanish. If only I had realized that I pulled a level 47 mob earlier, I could have used Blind, Sleeping Powder, and a lot more, but I did not. Please give me an F in the comments to honor my memory.